Well, we're excited to announce 2 weeks from now, we're going to begin our TITV football previews. We do it every summer. We break down the game by game. July 6th, we'll break down the San Jose State game, then Penn State, Alabama's trip to Duke and Arkansas. Then on the 13th, it's Florida. You think that's going to be a big game? At South Carolina, Ole Miss, at Tennessee, and then on the 20th, at LSU, the Mississippi State game, the Georgia State game, and of course, the Iron Bowl. Gary Rodney will break those down as we inch closer to media days, and football season going to be here before you know it. Let's go back to the phone lines now. Eddie from Oxford joins us. Eddie, welcome in. I'm not a rocket scientist, but that's probably not a good sound right there. Eddie, I don't think is on the line. Did we get his question, guys? Yeah, there we go. Talk about the limited injuries Alabama has.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about, but, you know, again, when you look at some of the guys coming back who were injured, Dante Hightower's the first one that comes to mind, John, and I understand he's 100%, so that's great news.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that probably goes back to the strength and conditioning program here and Scott Cochran.
Oh, no question about it. It's one of the best strength conditioning programs in the country, and you know Alabama has done a great job, and that's part of it, John. The national championship run last year was the, you know, what like he mentioned, the injury factor that Alabama avoided somewhat. Now,
right.
Again, they obviously lost Hightower and they lost Damian Square, who was a budding star there early in the season, and Javier Arenas was injured late in the year for a game against Mississippi State, I believe it was. But, you know, otherwise, I think Alabama stayed pretty healthy.
All right, and coming up next on the program, the Alabama softball team's clubhouse gets a makeover. That's next when Tiger Insider TV returns right after this. Well, you know, if you see Alabama softball coach Pat Murphy walking around town these days, he might have a bigger smile than normal on his face. That's because Murph is pretty excited about the fact that the university recently approved a huge renovation to the Tide softball clubhouse. Take a look at this. This is what the facility currently looks like, and this is what it will look like when it's all said and done. It's about a 9,000 square foot renovation worth roughly $1.5 million. The new facility will include a lobby area, laundry rooms, new locker rooms, and maybe most importantly, indoor batting cages.
This is like the last thing to make this stadium, the facility, the crown jewel that it truly is. We never had indoor hitting facility. We haven't had a renovation to the clubhouse since it was built in 2000. The key thing about a facility is the people that sit in the stands, and our fans are the best. But beyond that, the viewpoints, the aesthetics of the stadium, just the whole thing, I think makes it the best. But this on top of it, it will put us over the top for sure, I think.
Talk about good fans. Almost all of the $1.5 million needed for the renovations was paid for through private donations. You hungry?
Let's go.
We're going to Buddy's tonight, folks. Hope you'll join us over there. Buddy's, great food, great steaks. Don't forget, if you missed any of the show tonight, you can join us online at WVUATV.com. For Rodney Orr, Gary Harris, I'm John Huddleston. Thanks for watching Tiger Insider TV. See you next week.